Hey everyone, it's Josh Campbell here with Sweetwater Maple Syrup Supplies in Sugarbush. In Bracebridge, we're dealer for Lapierre maple products out of Quebec. We also have, here, let's switch that around here. We also have, oh, there we go, sorry guys. First time doing Facebook Live. We have roughly 1,500 taps on high vacuum in North Sugarbush, and depending on the year and how ambitious we are with the kids, we'll do upwards of another 500 buckets. So this year, Lapierre has come out with a brand new evaporator called Vision. It is a wood-fired airtight evaporator. Big glass door. So it's an air-cooled door with a glass front, so you can see the fire inside. Burns hotter than the traditional cast iron fronts. What we did is we replaced the arch from our 2x8 classic evaporator. We replaced the arch only and switched to a 2x8 Vision evaporator, again made by Lapierre. So we are going to go ahead and fire this baby up. As far as I know, this is the very first test firing of a Vision evaporator in Ontario. Yeah, so up top there we got our concentrate tank, which will be feeding water down into the evaporator. There's water in the pans, a little hard to see, but we should be good, ready to go here, guys. So, and the stacks are open outside. So I'm gonna get Sherry to come over. Coming over here now, and she can take the camera while we light this thing up, and we'll see what it does. So on the back of the evaporator, back of the firebox, there's a damper, an air damper. So, which is the part of Lapierre's new technology. So that damper in the back allows you to control the airflow into the evaporator. Okay guys, so just bear with us here. We're going to get this going. With these evaporators, the sap, or in our case today, water, will be quicker to boil. These evaporators are a lot more efficient and consume less wood. So, okay, so yeah, like I say, just bear with us here. I'll throw some more wood in this thing, and let's get this thing going. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. And again, I have to apologize. This is my first time doing Facebook Live or anything like that. So bear with me with the glitches, but yeah. So again, we have a 2x8. Our pan set is from a classic evaporator. We got the pans roughly 5 or 6 years ago, and we have retrofitted them onto this existing arch. The retrofit was actually quite easy. So yeah, everything's going good. So So right now I have the damper on the back of this evaporator wide open to allow as much air into this as possible. So really get her going good here. So yeah, the door is air cooled. A little hard to see on the top there. There's some vents. So it's supposed to be drawing air through and cooling the front of the door. And the handle off to the side is cold to the touch. So yeah, so Lapierre says there's no need to use gloves or anything to open the evaporator. Obviously, for safety's sake, I would still have some on when you're loading wood into it. But yeah, so... Okay, so Ian wants to know how the draft works. So I'm just going to come around to the side of the evaporator here. So there's you can see on the back side is the draft door. So it's just a chain operated. So I'll close it all the way down, and that should snuff that fire out or slow it down there. And I'll get Sherry to open it up. Open that draft up. So it's wide open there now, and you can see that flame start to get going here. So yeah. So as part of my test firing process today, what I'm going to try and do is play with that damper setting, so we kind of know where we need to be and what's going on. So yeah, does that work for you, Ian? So, but yeah, so it's just a chain operated in the back. So, and you can see right into the firebox there. So it's got lots of draft. So yeah. So, okay. So with their old arch, it would take us, I'm gonna say, half an hour or so in order to get a good rolling boil in the back and about 40 minutes in the front. And we would need to stock the fire with wood every 5 to 7 minutes. So we're hoping with this evaporator, we don't need to stock it as often. Go through a little bit less wood, but it'll also provide a better, more consistent heat to the front pans. So yeah. So yeah, so we're slowly getting her going here, guys. We do have complete supply stores, most of you know. This Vision evaporator here is an 18 by 60. That one is sold, going to a customer next week. In stock at the moment, we do have propane evaporator, small barrel evaporator, and we have 3 or 4 more other evaporators coming in the next couple of weeks. And one includes an 18 by 48 Vision, so just a little bit smaller than that one. So yeah, no, it should be good, guys. So I'm going to pass the phone back to Sherry again real quick, and I'm going to get some more wood in this thing, get her going. Live handle's nice and cold to the touch. Now you see when I open the door, the fire dies down. Now this firewood is a little bit wet still, so let's see what we got. As I close that door up, you can see the fire start to come back again and really start to get going. So, which is what we're looking for, right? So, yeah. Anyways, I appreciate everybody taking the time to join us today. I wish we could have had people in the shop more with all this COVID stuff going on. The shop's obviously still open, but we do have obviously our COVID measures in place. So, but I guess the benefit is though we're now doing more stuff online, and yeah, this gave us a chance to do that. So, yeah, I guess the other thing on our evaporator too. We do have a Markland draw-off. So the red number on the top is the temperature of would have been the syrup in the front pan. Right now it's water, and the bottom number is the target temperature for our draw. So what happens is the red number meet or surpasses the green number. The electric solenoid valve automatically opens and draws off the finished syrup. And then as soon as it drops below that number, then that valve closes. So yeah, but I gotta say, this arch is performing better than our classic arch, because we've been on for maybe 5 minutes now, I think, and that temperature of that water is starting to climb nicely. So yeah, so far I'm quite impressed. So yeah, Gord says good seal on the stove. Exactly. So it's an airtight stove. Gasketed all the way around on the door, so you can see it. You can see it there. So yeah, so this evaporator is fully airtight. So, and over time, over the years of boiling with this evaporator, if for some reason that ceramic blanket on the door becomes a little thinner, the evaporator does come with shims, that we can remove and tighten that gap up. So yeah. So is there any more questions from anybody while we get this thing going here? Okay. Yeah, so Sweetwater maple syrup's been around for, I'm going to say 6-7 years now. Sherry has made syrup with her dad her entire life on their property in Halliburton. They used to do upwards of 500 buckets over there and boiled in an old sugar shack up the top of the hill. I've been involved in the maple syrup industry since I was 8 years old. My parents used to make ceramic containers for the maple syrup industry, and since then they've progressed to doing glass containers and decorating and stuff like that, which we also have in the store here. So, but I started making syrup when Sherry and I got together back in 2001. So yeah, so we've been making syrup for a little while. Let's say Sherry's been doing basically her entire life. So yeah, but no, it's fun. We love it. It's a good family thing to do in the spring, right? So hopefully this year we can have people back out to the bush and get back to doing some sort of tours and information, stuff like that. So one thing I really missed this spring was having the school kids out. So when they would come in for their tours, we would take the classes out, and we would tap trees with the kids, and we'd go down and walk them through all the pipeline stuff. But we'd physically let one of the instructors or parents that came with the kids physically tap a tree and let them see it, let them do it. So yeah. So anyways, water's starting to climb up there nicely. That's going real nice. We're going to pop outside real quick and take a look at the stacks here. And we got no snow in Bracebridge. So we got 3 stacks sticking out. We got two steam and the 1 smoke. The stack closest to us is the smoke stack, and you can see there's virtually no smoke there. Tells you how clean and how efficient this evaporator is burning. What you see beside that smokestack is our new radio tower. One of the other additions we're making to the bush this year is the new Lapierre Data Acer system. So what that does, it's a monitoring system, and it allows us to monitor vacuum levels in our lines and temperatures. So eventually be a computer screen on the wall with our monitors that we have out in the bush, and it'll tell us, like I say, vacuum level and temperature to tell us if we got leaks. So, and there's other sensors you can get. We can get tank level sensors, vacuum breakers, and a bunch of other awesome products that Lap here makes for that system. So yeah. But if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna set the phone off to the side on the firebox here, and I'm gonna knock this or throw some more wood in this and really get her going here. So. Okay, so while I got the door open here, I'll put the phone in. You can look up inside the arch, and at the back you can see the flues from our flue pan. So you can see that flame pattern, how it goes up right inside the flues there. And there you go. As soon as you close that door up, the fire really takes off and gets going. So yeah. So I think we're gonna stop for now here, guys. We'll come back on live in hopefully another 10 minutes or so. Once this thing's boiling hard, and we can show you how good this thing boils. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll be back shortly.